Hey everyone. So today what I'm going to talk about is how to install Hyper-V on a Windows 10 machine so that way you can run other virtual machines inside of your Windows 10. The first thing you need to know is that there is a couple requirements. So it does have to be a Windows 10 Enterprise, a Windows 10 Pro, or Windows 10 Education Edition. So Home will not work. So anyway, to check that first, you can right click on the Start Square. You can go to System, and then if you scroll down, so my edition is actually Windows 10 Pro, so it's going to work on this one. So there's a couple other requirements. You have to have at least 4 gigs of RAM. So you can see I've got that here. It has to be a 64-bit processor. Virtualization has to be, the processor has to support virtualization. So most newer ones do. So anyway, so to turn that feature on, so the Hyper-V feature, what you do is I'm just going to search for the control panel. So I'm going to hit the Start Square and just start typing control panel. So some of the additions, it's in control panels in different places, so it's easier to find just to search for it. So anyway, so then what we're going to do is go to Programs and Features. All right. So then what we want to do is go to the section right here that says Turn Windows Features on or off. So I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to scroll down to find Hyper-V. There it is. So I'm just going to go ahead and install all of the Hyper-V stuff here. And this could disconnect the network for a second, so you might see a little blip on your screen when I go to do this. I'm going to hit OK. It's going to search for the required stuff here. Doesn't take too long. All right, and it says now it's got to reboot the PC to finish, so I'm going to go ahead and restart. I'll pause the video, and then I'll come back when that's done. Okay, so the computer rebooted, and it's done its Windows update, so it can enable the Hyper-V feature. So I've got that installed. So now to use it, same thing, I'm going to go to the Windows, the Start Square in the corner, click on it, and I'm just going to start typing Hyper-V, and this Hyper-V Manager app will come up, so I'm going to click on that. So you can see now Hyper-V Manager is installed, and it's got the name of your computer as the Hyper-V host here. In the next video I'll go ahead and install a virtual machine. I'm not going to do it in this one. That way, you can go through and just watch the videos that you need to watch, or you want to watch. But let's go ahead and set up the switch here first. So we'll do that before we start building machines. So let's go to Virtual Switch Manager over here on the right. All right, and you can see I've got a default switch here that's an internal network switch, but I do want these virtual machines to be able to talk out to the internet and et cetera. So let's go ahead and create a new virtual switch, and we're going to do an external one because I do want these things to be able to talk out on the internet if possible. So let's go ahead and create, I've got external selected, let's create a virtual switch. So I'll go ahead and name this one, and I'm just going to name it, external switch, so I know which one can go out and talk to the internet. And then in your choices here, if you have multiple, there'll be a little drop down. So I do have wireless and wired on this computer. So I want this talking on my wired network. So I'm going to change it up to that. That's the one that I'm going to use for my virtual machines external switch. I'm going to allow the management OS to share this adapter. I'm not going to use VLANs. I don't need to segregate the networks or anything. So we'll go ahead and just apply that. Same thing, it might kind of disrupt the video for a second or two. And if you're doing this on your machine, you could lose internet for a second or two while it makes this change. So I'm going to hit apply. And it does warn you about that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit yes while it makes that change. All right, and then I'm going to hit OK. So in case you want more than that, so if you want to do some type of testing or anything, you can go back in. So now you have an external one that the machines can use to go out to the internet. You have a default one, that's going to be an internal one. So you could also use a private one. So a private one, only the machines can talk to each other themselves, and they can't talk to your host machine. But I'm really just going to use the external, but the process to create the others is the same way. So I'll go ahead and hit OK for that. And then I'm going to end the video here. And if you want to see how to create a like a Windows 10 virtual machine inside of your Windows 10 machine, just watch the next video and I'll show you how to do that. Thanks a lot.